the first money-making experience, the first time you actually get paid for it, is generally a one-nighter. You know, it's not a comedy club, it's a bar that decides they want to have a comedy night, you know, and they think that'll be a lot of fun, so they find somebody who knows a bunch of comics and they slap it together. And usually, 9 times out of 10, it's a nightmare.
Would you like some advance tickets to sell to your friends?
I could try, but my friends are poor, but I could try.
Okay.
My friends are few.
So are we talking about what, 5 tickets, 10 tickets, what?
Most of the time, you show up for it, you know, their sound system sucks, all the people who are there to sit and talk with each other, they're not there to listen to you, they have no interest in hearing comedy. Comedy is very fragile, it depends upon people being willing to shut up and pay attention.
If you run out of tickets, you need more, let me know.
Okay. Thanks.
Definitely.
You're not doing the MDA thing, or you are? You don't want to? It's probably going to suck.
Free too.
Yeah.
If they were offering anything.
It's good exposure.
Hey, if they were offering anything at all, a free T-shirt. If they'd hook me up with a button.
A Jim LaBeouf button.
A Jim LaBeouf button. Even that. But they weren't even offering nothing. So I happen to be busy on that
Were they
day.
offering diddly? No, they weren't.
I believe they were offering diddly squat, which is a little less than diddly.
When you look at it as a job, it's the money as compared to the number of hours you actually have to perform is pretty good. But all the traveling, I'm in Waco for a week, and you can say that I'm only working a half hour a night, but in a sense I'm working 24 hours a day because I'm not where I want to be.
It's not that you're getting paid for doing nothing, it's that you're getting paid for doing something that's so vastly different than what people normally associate with when they think about working.
There's several comics, amateurs who are regulars at Laughs, who have decent careers going. They don't just have like a you know, just a simple day job like I got. So it's really difficult for them to make that sacrifice, because for them to start being a professional comic, the first thing they have to do is take a giant step backwards financially.
Lots of factors played into it. I got tired of traveling, you know, I mean, at first it was fun, but when you go down the I-10 from El Paso to San Antonio, it's a particularly bad stretch. You go down that for the 80th time, you know, going from here to Houston, that just is no longer anything interesting to see. I started driving a lot at night just because, I mean, there was no, it would just, then it became like a blank slate. You didn't have to look at the same, you know, prison over here, you know, truck stop over here. The worst part about working on the road is just, I think, working with comedians. They're all such losers, you know, pathetic losers with problems that they just hide behind comedy.
Good damn, America's a wonderful place. That's all I say.
You gotta have some goals too.
Yeah, well, you know, at least I ate delivered pizza. There is them guys, man, they're assholes.
It is a crutch. Definitely, you know, if you have some personality problem, you get away with way too much as a stand-up comedian. You can come into a party and start insulting the furniture and the people, and someone will just say, "Oh, he's a comic." And then everyone goes, "Oh, ha ha ha, that's funny." You know, for the most part, occasionally someone will have to deck you. But the point is you get away with that, and you develop patterns where you think you just do that all the time. And sometimes you forget that no one knows you're a comic, and you come in and start saying things, and then people do get mad at you. And also, I mean, you just have so much leeway to drink, or for instance, or do drugs, or all kinds, and stay up, you know, all hours of the night. I mean, it's just what you do when you're a comedian. It's not like it's a choice even.
Left my little dog Spot in the sun today, with the car windows rolled up all the way. 110 for the high this week, so I tiptoed outside just to take a peek.
People are wanting you to go get stoned outside or something, you know, and it's just too much. The other comedians especially, you know, they have their drug problems, and they don't want to live in a condo with you if you're not if you're this straight guy, so they want you to participate in their drug problems at least a little, but not too much. They don't want you to smoke all their pot or whatever, you know. So just too much leeway. I need a little more structure in my life.
As I stood at the door, I saw his boiling brain, and I started to laughing as he drink, which is disguised inside, but it's my destiny to be the king of pain. Gets worse.
You know, I tried that too for a while, to just kind of be to not be involved in whatever else the other comedians were doing, and then you just, I don't know, it's just weird. They feel like they don't like you because you know, you go in your room and you just read while they're doing whatever they do, watching wrestling or whatever, watching sports, or just any sports, and they just think you're weird, and so much of stand-up comedy is schmoozing and making connections with people and having them help you get this and that, and you know, so if you do that, you're just really limiting yourself. It's going to affect your whole career, that decision.
My plan right now is, there's a lot of comics who I've seen over the last year or so who they reach, say, a point where they're featuring or maybe even headlining, but they kind of plateau there, and that's as good as they are, and that's as far as they're going to go. So my plan right now is I'm going to keep doing this, keep pushing it until that happens to me. If I reach the point where I start featuring, I'm a middle act, and then I can't seem to get any further than that, then I'll know, okay, that's how good I am. Now the question is answered, and I can go on and do something else.
Certainly the fact that I progressed to a certain point and then leveled off, and had I kept progressing, I would have probably still be doing it, you know. There's a point where I was just featuring and still opening a lot, middling and still opening a lot. And the money got up to like this level, $400 or $500 a week, and didn't go any higher. I couldn't get it any higher, you know. Just that's where it leveled off. And I mean, also, like the first time I worked in Amarillo, Texas, I went in there as the opening act. They flew me in, and I got $350 for the week. The next time I worked in Amarillo, Texas, I was the feature act. They paid me $400, no airfare. So I actually lost money. I mean,
What was
the point being, nothing to do with me. It was many years separated. But the point being is the money went down all around the board. When these clubs first started out, they were paying good money to get people in because there weren't as many comedians. Now they can get Joe Blow, you know, from Amarillo to open for them, so they don't have to pay openers that much anymore. And just like here, they use locals mostly, and they even get guys to travel from, you know, several states just to open for $150.
I feel comfortable in Arizona. I feel safe. I feel protected because when I get to the border, there's a guy there guarding the border, making sure no plants or fruit get in the state. Does that make you guys feel safe knowing he's there? Got any plants with fruit? No, I got a bag of peyote buttons and a grenade launcher in the trunk, but no apricots. That means it's illegal alien in the backseat. Muchacho, tienes frutas?